Hi guys, it's Jimmy Q from the Sunshine Coast in Queensland, Australia. I'm going to do another, hopefully a bright and uplifting pour for you today. I was just been messing around in my studio having some tests on old canvases that I didn't particularly like, and I did this kind of puddle pour dip swirly thing, and it was on two old canvases, but the colours came out so gorgeous, and I just thought, oh, let's try and replicate that on nice fresh canvases and see if I can get something similar. So it was just interesting. The colours look so gorgeous together. It was just bright and uplifting, and it had a little bit of fiddling, so it was quite therapeutic. And I used the Mont poster paints again. Now the poster paints, I think you call them, in the US they're called tempera. I think maybe the same in Europe and UK. In Australia we just call them the poster paints. So these are the Mont poster paints, and I mix them with my I still mix them as I would, exactly the same as I would acrylic. I mix them with the 70% glue, 30% water, just adding it to the cup, slowly until I get the consistency. Now with poster paints, they're very, I think you need to work with them very thick. That's what I've found. I haven't found poster paints are very good for swipes. I haven't found they're very good for dirty pours, but what they are absolutely excellent for is dips and things like similar to dips and things. And what I'm doing today is a puddle pour, a dip, and a few odd things. But so they are really reasonable. I think they're under $6 for 500 mils. There's still loads available on the online store Capriole Shabby Chic in Australia, and I know that people in the US have been getting them from Amazon. So they're a really good budget conscious paint, and I mean, I think this is under $7 for 500 mils of the clear glue. So it's a budget conscious, but it gives gorgeous results. I've had some beautiful pours, and in fact when the poster paints dry after you've added what I go through my process, they feel quite glossy afterwards. Just looking around, see if I can pick one up for you. So yeah, they're excellent. I just find they're excellent for beginners or budget conscious, but they end up with a really nice result, so can't really go past that. So what I'm going to do today is I've got my paints quite thick, because the one thing I have learnt the last couple of weeks is for anything that you're going to dip another object in, the paints need to be quite thick. Not that thick that, I mean, thick enough for your stick to stand up like that, and thick enough to leave quite a trace, sort of a trace that stays there about 1 or 2 seconds. So that's how I've mixed these Mont paints up today. There will be the information on how I mix my paint. It is exactly the same as I would mix with a normal acrylic, and it's in the drop down box along with the links to suppliers. So let's get down and do some painting. So I hope that you're all coping well, and if you find yourself, even if you've never done this before, you can order online. You don't have to go out and chase your items, and give this a go. It's fun, and it's just a nice pastime to do now you're at home. Find yourself a nice quiet spot, whether it's on your kitchen bench top or a table. Make sure it's well covered with a nice big plastic tablecloth or plastic sheet of plastic or something that the paint is not going to damage any of your nice surfaces. Or but if you're in a garage or you've got a little studio or a little she shed or a he shed, or pinch the he shed, move into the he shed, she said. You know, it's just a really nice pastime, especially while we're all in this same predicament together. It's, you know, you'll find that even if you haven't got an artistic bone in your body, it's just quite a nice thing to do, and you can get some lovely results. Feel quite proud of yourself, so I would say give it a go. Okay, I loved the colour in that particular one that I showed you. This is the red, which is just called red. So there you go. They have got a slightly different red to that, but I'm just going to start with a Puddle. Whether this works this time, I have no idea. It worked the first time when I did it on the old canvases, so I'm going to just see if it works. This is a neon. It looks so much brighter in the little tub, and because I've mixed it with the glue, I'm pretty sure that it will dry a lot brighter. Pretty sure. And then that was the yellow. So basically, once you're adding your PVA to this paint, it is essentially making it acrylic paint, because the PVA has got the same components in it as acrylic paint. So this was the orange. Go that purple. I'm just hoping this works the same as what it did on that one. So fingers crossed. Some more of that. Use a bit of this. This is what I mixed up yesterday when I did a dip. I mixed up the yellow and I put a blob of orange, so it was kind of like a buttercup yellow. Turned out really nice in the previous dip that I did a couple of days ago. Probably don't need this much paint. What I'm going to do is just pour this little bit of white in the center. Use all your spare, once you've used your containers, just reuse them again and again for storing paint, making up paint or whatever. So I'm going to get my, this is just a chopsticky thing, so I'll use this, and I'm going to squiggle from the outside in. I'm just doing exactly as I did for the previous work that I did, and it worked out. So I'm just gonna hope that it works out again. So just nice and slowly from the outside in. It's kind of making a flowery look all on its own. I think I've seen, it might be Gemma's art or one of the, wasn't exactly like this, but it was similar. So it's like if you see anything you think, oh, that was worked well, and then you know, especially if you can put your own spin on it. So that there, I want to this might be a bit of black. I was going to put a bit of black in there, I didn't put it in. Just have a tiny wee bit. Not sure what to do now. I didn't. No, I won't do it. What did I do next? Now I've got to remember what I did. Craziness. Now I did that. See, I was just fiddling about, trying just little things while I was here with old canvases. And like I said, I've got into the habit of filming nearly all my little tries, just in case they turn out. Oh, I know what I did. I know what I did now. I went back out the other way. That's why it's good to film everything you do, because you've got a record of what you've done. So you can remind yourself, because I know some people say, oh, remember when you did that so and so pour, and what did you put in it, and I mean, you do so many that you just can't remember all of your ingredients or your different things for each pour, whether you used a tempera paint or boom gel, or so I have to look at the videos and then oh yeah, I remember. So this is looking a bit of a crazy kind of jellyfish type, or sea anemone, should I say. just thinking, did I do this? Okay, I'm gonna put the white back out. Having these bottles with the nozzle on is really good when you're just doing some little detail with paint, instead of trying to get the paint from a cup to go the way you want it to. So this will probably look nothing like the other one, but not that any of them ever do. Just for some reason want a little bit of black in there. I'm not sure if I squeezed it directly from this bottle or no, I didn't do that. That's not going to be a goer. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm going to just put a bit more white around the outside so it transfers onto that other canvas, because I'm going to just dip directly canvas to canvas. See how we go. Looks a bit okay, just behave yourself, canvas. Now if you were doing these on bigger canvases, or if you're doing them for a gift, then you would tape all of the back so it keeps the back sides clean on your canvas and you don't get the back of your canvas too messy. I know that somebody said, oh well, they go on the wall and you never see the back, so but I just think if you're giving them as a gift or you're selling them, it is nicer to have a nice clean back. So putting the masking tape on the back works really well to keep your canvas nice and clean. So I'm going to spin these over. So there's a lady on here gave me the tip to do that when you're using canvas, because it transfers then the paint over onto the other canvas a little bit more evenly. So this won't be the finished product. I did a bit of fiddling after this, but pretty sure that it needed that black in it to make it stand out. See, like on this, the ones that I just fiddled with, see the black really made the orange and that purple and pink, red, it is stand out. Really did. I loved the colours. So, but you never know, might be U-Butte super duper, just never know. Let's move everything out of the way. Okay, probably the quickest way would be off this way. Oh, okay, that didn't turn out too good, but that's okay because that's exactly what happened. Maybe I'll keep them side by side. That's perfectly fine. That's what happened with the other one as well. So I just continued with the skewer doing, I went out it needed that bit of black in for sure, I reckon. Kind of, the other one ended up looking like a vase of flowers, so but yeah, love to have layered the colours exactly the same because that purple and the pink when they're next to each other look gorgeous. So just run your skewer in nice squiggly lines and through into your white. So trying to get this to look like something something creative, hopefully. But I know these poster paint colours dry really quite vibrant, so you know, for a cheaper paint they are pretty good for somebody starting off and wanting to get nice results, especially in dips. Like I said, I only found great success doing dip kind of things, or that was a puddle pour and a dip. Okay, and then what I did then is I got my little balloon, and this has got water in it, so it just gives it that little bit of weight. So the thicker parts of where the paint is sitting thick, I just dipped it in, and then on each of those little end of those little squiggles, well that one, I put a little dip in. So I'm keeping the balloon dips. They will start to form after a few dips. So it looks like little flowers on the end of those stems. Okay. Just keep working with it. Okay, let's put one. The colours are definitely not as nice as that first one that I did, but I know that that orange goes so bright after it's dried for a little while. So it's just continuing with your little teeny tiny balloon, dipping it in and then transferring it to one of the end of those little they look like stems. You can do some mid stem right down there, just a little bit delicate. So just a nice thing to do while you're at home. Why not? Be proud of yourself. You come up with a piece of art that you can put on your wall or you can gift. Just do them on the bottom. I mean, this is a nice thing to do with children as well. It's poster paint, it's non-toxic, so you can get lovely results. So I think that that's probably enough for that particular piece. So I will show you. I don't know. Yeah, it's I don't think it is as nice and as vibrant as my first one I did. Look, see, I did this one and it's just turned out gorgeous. I like it. I'm just trying to think what I did different, but all I know is that I should have had the video on to tell me, so there you go. I might just run my heat torch, my little wonder wand. It's just a heat wand, this is, if you haven't seen. It's not actually a hairdryer or anything. It doesn't blow your paint around. It just gives a bit of heat. So, bursts any air bubbles and it'll allow a few cells to pop up. It's kind of not, definitely not as nice as the first one I did, but I'm still happy with it because it was just another thing that I've tried, and you know, it's nice and delicate. Not too happy about the colours, but I will work with that. It's another little thing for you guys to try. It's just a nice pastime. It was enjoyable to do. I hope that it comes out looking all right. You know, you can fiddle with it more, and I probably will as it dries and see what I can do with it a bit further than that. But there you go. I will take you a bit closer. It's quite lovely, really. Okay guys, thank you so much for joining me. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. It's free. I don't seek any money from you guys. I just hope that I entertain you with a bit of art and education into just trying new things. Yeah, just a nice light therapy while you're home for now. So okay guys, till next time, bye for now.